few notes on the book, but before doing that, I'd like to just remember how I met General Almonte. I had known of General Almonte in the 80s after EDSA 1, but I only personally met him when he was National Security Advisor of President Ramos in the 90s. I had heard of tales about him, that he infiltrated the Viet Congs during the Vietnam War, that he was a crafty spy. His reputation preceded him. I remember seeing him in Camp Aguinaldo in the Defense Department building soon after the fall of Marcos. He was wearing a camouflage uniform that made him look a shade darker. I regarded him with awe and trepidation. I did not have the chance to really get to know the general. During the Ramos years, I sort of joined the chorus of perceptions that he was sinister, that he had always something up his sleeves to confound or to sow trouble. But when some of us journalists wrote stories critical of the Ramos administration, he did not shut the door on us, as if nothing could throw him off balance. It was only after he stepped down from power that journalist friends and I started to spend time with him. Well, he wasn't that bad after all. Now, I would like to say a few notes about this book. You will find a short essay at the back of the book wherein I explain how Endless Journey was written. I am sure you will get a copy of the book, so I will not go into detail. What I did say there was this. My greatest fear was that General Almonte would let me take out parts of the memoir, those that were sensitive, those that could cause controversy and disturb his blissful retirement. During some of the interviews, and we had 17 of these, he would preface some of his answers with, "Oh, Marites, don't write this. I'm just telling you so you will understand for your background." But from a journalist's point of view, these were the juicy stuff, the behind-the-scenes insider information that would spice up the book and make it an honest memoir. While I was in Kyoto University writing this, I disregarded, sir, most of your just for background information and included these portions in the book. I decided that I would negotiate with you as soon as I returned if you decided to delete these parts. Toward the end of the fellowship, I emailed a draft to General Almonte and I waited for his verdict with bated breath. I prepared an arsenal of arguments, rehearsed this in my mind, and I was ready to ask Professor Katayama to come to my rescue. To my wonderful surprise, General Almonte did not ask me to cut out anything, except for one or two minor items. This memoir is peopled with diverse characters, some of whom may not be happy about General Almonte's recollections of them. He would tell me during some of our interviews that he did not want to revive old enmities, so I should just leave out the stories that may hurt people. To which I would reply, "Sir, first you have to be honest, and then worry later." So I don't think General Almonte is worried at all, because all these mishaps and trials are part of the journey of nation building. It was a great learning experience working on this book. This is the first time I've written in this genre, and all the mistakes are General Almonte's and mine. Thank you to everyone who made this happen.
Revolution is not one waged with bullets, bombs, or with fanfare and PR. It's a very quiet revolution, but one that's been going on for many years. And his revolutionaries are not the famous, popular kind. The revolutionaries that are unknown, unsung heroes, quiet workers. And one of the most effective of these workers, operatives, friends of General Almonte, is a former commissioner of customs and currently the president of eConnect Philippines, and a driving force also behind not just this project, but a project known as the Center for Reform and Democracy, of which he is our president. And he will be introducing the man of the hour. Let me call on my friend and president, Guillermo Willie Paraino.
Guests of honor and speaker, President Fidel Bodas Ramos, friends and fans of General Almonte, ladies and gentlemen. I suspect, notwithstanding the synopsis given by the co-author, Marifes Vitu, and further elaborations, we will have differing views on what this book that we are launching today, Endless Journey, is all about. My own take, albeit I cannot claim I have digested the book fully enough, notwithstanding it has been written in an easy-read, creative, non-fiction style, is that it is primarily a manuscript on nation building. For me, it is a book for those currently, as well as in the future, will be holding a position of leadership as they go about the lonely task of unifying and developing the nation. In all likelihood, you will get to know and appreciate the man better than I do as you read his memoirs. Just the same, and by way of discharging my responsibility of introducing him, permit me to narrate to you a small conversation that took place between us at our office in Camp Aguinaldo when he was the commissioner of the now defunct Economic Intelligence and Investigation Bureau of the Department of Finance. At the time, the Bureau's already meager budget was further slashed by Congress to 1 peso. In reaction to the leak in the media of the Bureau's list of economic saboteurs, he called me as soon as he arrived to inform me of what transpired in his meeting with some members of the House of Representatives. That he was told the Bureau's budget will be fully restored, but only after their conditions are met. I cannot recall now what all those conditions were, except for one, that I should be removed from the Bureau. Tell the truth, I have already been entertaining thoughts of leaving at the time, aside offers to join other government offices as well as the private sector, both here and abroad. Therefore, my response was actually in line with what I wanted to happen. I recall saying, "Well, sir, if these are the kind of leaders we have, they do not deserve our service. I'm leaving, sir." I can never forget my embarrassment when he admonished me saying, "Bakit, iho? Sila lang ba ang may karapatan sa bansang ito? Why? Are they the only ones who have rights and responsibilities for this nation?" With Endless Journey, it is all the more clear to me now that nation building cannot and should not be left alone to a few. That all of us have equal rights and responsibilities for building our nation and enjoying the fruits of development. The cover of the book quotes him that building our nation is a continuing struggle, a collective work in progress. It is an endless journey, like a relay without end. Suffice to say that he gave those representatives no quarters, and our budget from Congress remained at 1 peso. But we survived, and he pursued his missions and vision with even more vigor. As for me, I never thought again of leaving, a decision I never regretted. By staying on, gave me opportunities to know the person better, how he thinks, how he responds, the purity and nobility of his purpose, his spirituality, his deep love of our country and people, and the regard and admiration many for him, both here and abroad. It was a great honor serving under him. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present to you the man behind Endless Journey, General Jose Tan Almonte.